I am struck by the sheer inhumanity of what one human being can do to not one, but 3 human beings. It is incomprehensible.
East Cleveland, Ohio, July 2013. Police respond to a call about a foul odor coming from a garage. At first, it sounds routine. Then they open the door. Inside, they find a decomposing body. And just like that, the neighborhood changes forever. The garage is leased to a man named Michael Madison. Officers begin searching the area. The next day, they make 2 more discoveries. One body in a backyard, another in the basement of a vacant home, all wrapped in plastic. 3 women. Now this isn't a missing persons case anymore. It's a serial killer investigation. Michael Madison was born October 15, 1977. His childhood, according to defense attorneys, was violent. Abuse from his mother, abuse from her boyfriends, a home filled with instability. But prosecutors would later argue something very different. They said whatever happened in his childhood did not excuse what he chose to become. Police obtain a search warrant for Madison's apartment. Inside, they find further evidence of decomposition. The pressure builds. Officers track him to his mother's house. A brief standoff, then arrest. At first, he's charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder, but the indictment grows. 14 counts: kidnapping, rape, gross abuse of a corpse. And prosecutors announce something serious. They are seeking the death penalty. April 4th, 2016. The trial begins. Weeks of testimony, forensic evidence, autopsy reports, victim impact statements. The jury deliberates less than a day. Guilty on all counts. Then comes sentencing. Inside the courtroom, the families speak. Among them is Van Terry, father of Sherelda. He faces the man convicted of killing his daughter, and as he speaks, Madison smirks. That single expression changes the room. Van Terry lunges across the table. Deputies rush in. They restrain him. No charges are filed, because sometimes grief doesn't look calm. Sometimes grief explodes. The jury recommends death. On June 2nd, 2016, Judge Nancy R. McDonald formally sentences Michael Madison to death.
It is the judgment of this court that the aggravated circumstances of course of conduct, felony murder, kidnapping, felony murder, rape, of which the defendant was convicted, outweigh the mitigating factors by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Accordingly, the sentence of death is imposed upon the defendant, Michael Madison, on counts 1, 4, and 7. The corpses of these 3 victims. You stripped them from the waist down. You folded them in half, binding them so that their feet were up by their ears. You wrapped them in multiple layers of trash bags, and you discarded them. Upon consideration of the relevant evidence, the testimony exhibits admitted in mitigation.
Years later, the Ohio Supreme Court upholds that sentence. An execution date is set, then delayed. Appeals continue, and the case remains a scar on East Cleveland. 3 lives lost, families shattered, a community forced to relive the horror, and one question that still lingers in the background. Was this the making of a monster, or the choice of one? And the next video shows brutal killer crying in court.
Or defendant serve a term of life without parole. As to count 4,